Does DIY make you feel like this? No worries, me too. But today we're making this window seats face frame. And spoiler, it did not go well and we had to do it twice. So anyway, whilst I was still blissfully unaware, I basically started off by chopping up my wood and using the chop saw to do that. I was doing like long vertical pieces and then short inside pieces. I don't know if that made sense, but here's a picture. And then I downloaded this file for a Dow Jig off the old interwebs and I 3D printed it and I thought smashing, all going well. We also made the carcass for this window seat at another time. I just didn't film it because it's incredibly boring. But that had to be cut down a little bit narrower. Then me and my boyfriend realised that our chop saw actually hadn't been set to like properly 0 degrees. It was slightly off, so all of our cuts were off, so everything was wonky. And it was all a disaster. And then we decided to just start again. Just try again, shall we? And so this time the 2 horizontal beams were long and then we made the vertical upright shorter, and this was just so much better. I also 3D modelled a new Dow Jig that actually was like the thickness of the wood itself, so it could just clamped on, and then I just attached it all together for the second time, but it pretty much was smooth sailing. I did 2 dowels for each join. I used my little jig that I made and it was actually very helpful, to be honest. So if by perchance you have a 3D printer and can 3D model, would recommend doing this yourself. But if not, I reckon you could probably find something similar on the internet. But you know, in the end I managed to get the frame together and it was, you know, mostly square and it looks way better. So yeah, this is kind of what it's looking like in the end, and then next time I will be attaching the doors, adding all the decorative trim. But yeah, so if you'd like to see that, then follow along and I'll see you next time.